Right now, many digital marketing teams are frantically scrambling to inject AI search visibility into their existing pipelines, yet they are hitting a wall. Brands possessing massive, highly ranked SEO content libraries are currently earning near zero citation share in AI assistants like Perplexity and Gemini. The standard industry reaction is a bolt-on attempt. Teams expect large language models to automatically crawl and cite their unmodified, keyword-optimized blog posts. This retroactive approach fails almost every time. The root issue is structural incompatibility, not a lack of topical relevance. Traditional SEO structure was calibrated entirely for human engagement and narrative flow. That formatting choice effectively buries the core claims that machines need to extract. High traditional search visibility is a false positive. Ranking in a list does not guarantee your content is ready for an AI answer. Building for Generative Engine Optimization establishes the foundational architecture from which modern search strategy emerges. This is the subsumption principle. Designing content for AI extraction produces the structural signals that satisfy traditional EEAT search requirements as a byproduct. Starting with SEO-optimized content provides a structural baseline that is too loose to reliably trigger LLM extraction. Both search paradigms demand the exact same foundational inputs: authority, rigorous structure, and objective corroboration. Where they diverge is the output. Traditional SEO optimizes for positional placement in a ranked list. GEO optimizes for direct citation in a synthesized zero-click answer. Achieving true AI citation requires shifting the architectural goal from optimizing for clicks to optimizing for machine extraction. To understand why a 2,000-word authoritative article fails AI parsing, we must deconstruct the mechanical differences in how data is retrieved. Traditional crawlers use list ranking logic. They reward broad topic framing, extended narrative flow, and dispersed keyword density to capture wide informational intent. Answer synthesis logic ignores narrative flow entirely. LLMs search exclusively for specific, verifiable claims immediately coupled with explicit supporting evidence. This is the exact failure mode of SEO-first content. The necessary data technically exists within the text, but the human-calibrated structure actively prevents a generative model from confidently extracting it. LLMs calculate confidence intervals based on proximity and structural clarity. Buried insights result in low retrieval confidence. Writing broad topic coverage to capture search volume actively sabotages the extractable claim verification needed for AI citations. Shifting to an architecture for extraction requires specific parameters. The first dimension is structure. Instead of traditional narrative flow, GEO requires an answer-first structural mandate. The core insight must immediately lead the paragraph. This inversion guarantees the central claim is processed before the contextual nuance. The second architectural dimension is entity clarity. Traditional SEO relies on implicit associations, mentioning a brand and concept in the same paragraph, hoping the crawler connects them. GEO demands explicit declarative statements. You must format text to state explicitly that brand X leads concept Y. LLMs do not infer authority through context clues. They require authority to be mapped directly to the entity through explicit statements. Moving past internal document structure, we must evaluate external trust signals and corroboration mechanics. Traditional SEO relies heavily on domain-level backlinks, treating external site authority as a proxy for document accuracy. The GEO alternative requires specific, in-text, third-party citations used directly to corroborate localized claims, regardless of overall domain authority. This necessitates specificity. You have to move away from generalized keyword clusters and toward hyper-specific, claim-based answers tailored to narrow LLM prompts. The final, most technical dimension of the matrix is schema markup. Structured data is no longer an optional enhancement for generating rich SERP snippets. In the GEO era, schema is the mandatory core scaffolding that feeds explicit, categorized information directly into AI retrieval pipelines. A GEO-first architecture natively generates the explicit, verifiable trust signals that Google's EEAT framework ultimately attempts to measure. For enterprise teams staring down massive legacy SEO libraries, these mechanics require practical application. The mandatory first step is a GEO readiness audit, evaluating your top-performing pages strictly against machine extraction parameters. The audit asks two primary questions: are brand attributes explicitly mapped, and are core claims immediately verifiable? This identifies your quick wins, assets that contain the right data and only require minor structural inversion to surface the claims. Assets that fail fall into substantive revision. These require complete rewrites because their insights are entirely obfuscated by narrative padding. Retrofitting quick wins recovers immediate AI visibility, but long-term survival requires shifting the initial briefing process to prioritize machine-parsable structures. Firm strategic standards must be enforced at the initial brief stage before a single draft is written. Engineering content for AI extraction does not mean abandoning traditional content calendars or organic search traffic. Content built with explicit entity clarity and rigorous claim corroboration inherently outranks vague, narrative-heavy content in traditional search. The goal is to build a unified content foundation that earns absolute authority in both AI-synthesized answers and traditional ranked lists. This architecture satisfies the specific retrieval requirements of both AI assistants and traditional search engines using a single content output. The choice between prioritizing SEO or GEO is a false dichotomy. Go GEO first, and SEO is effectively covered.